welcome to Gino's Picks, your home for hopefully high percentage picks this year, but I can assure you lowbrow comedy every fucking week as we embark on what is either season 16 or 17. Yeah, I've been doing them so long, I'm honestly not sure if my picks are 16 or 17 years old, but given that age, we do know one thing. They're 5 years too old for my ex-boss, Anthony Cumia. I miss you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well. And while he may have ridden off into the sunset, leaving me in front of this brick wall that I slam my head against every morning repeatedly, that doesn't mean Daddy still can't make you money. So let's send some your way and get right to it with week 1 picks. Here we go. My first pick, the Fins are giving 3 and a hook to the Jags in Miami. Speaking of money, I know I haven't made a single pick yet this season, but maybe you should take a second to pause Geno's picks and Google and see if there are a Stevens picks, as in Stephen Ross, owner of the Dolphins, who seems to have a shit ton of money and has been throwing it around all offseason. After extending head coach Mike McDaniel's deal through 2028, making Jalen Ramsey as and deservedly so is now the highest paid cornerback in the game, making $72.3 million, and giving quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, I love that name, we'll get to jokes with him later on in the year, making him $212.4 million richer. And where did they find that money? Where did he find it? Believe it or not, in another first, Tyreek Hill had his contract restructured in the offseason, making it the first time someone besides his wife or child took a hit in the offseason. Jesus. Meanwhile, the Jags continue to be the most forgettable team in the NFL. Definitely Florida, okay? With the exception of someone who lives in a basement and has a fucking ugly couch that may or may not be their legendary former QB Blake Bortles, but is certainly dear friends to our boy Boltman, who I probably have to go get after this, so I can't chat long. That said, I have a feeling the Dolphins are going to give Ross a nice return on his investment this Sunday. Take the Dolphins and lay the 3 and a hook. My next pick, the Bengals are laying 7 and a hook to the Pats in Cincy. Again, if you're waiting for in-depth analysis of any NFL players in week 1, well, just keep waiting. Because the last time most of these guys saw legit action, I was legitimately employed. I'll tell you who's not legitimately employed. The new head coach of the Patriots, Gerard Mayo, who couldn't be more of a DEI hire if you replace the E in the middle of DEI with 2 Gs. I mean, the guy literally spent the past 4 seasons. I bet you don't even know. He was the Pats inside linebackers coach. What an innocuous gig. Okay. And despite never rising higher than that, lower or sideways, suddenly the NFL decided to make the most racist city in the league get the very word they're screaming every Sunday to run the show. Not to mention, considering how black people notoriously hate that condiment Mayo, Gerard having the last name Mayo is about as ridiculous as former African-American baseball player David having the last name Justice. Come on. Meanwhile, the Bengals come back with what I think is still, when healthy, the best offense in the AFC North, and that's what they have with Burrow, Chase, trust me, Higgins is always on the injury report. He's healthy, and they have new running back with fresh legs, Zach Moss. Can you even name the starting quarterback in Foxborough? If you guessed Jacoby Brissett, great news. You're right, which is awful news. The Pats may have Mayo, but the Bengals will bring out the best this Sunday. Can't get that right. I like it so much. At any rate, take the Bengals, lay the 7 and a hook. My next pick, the Titans are getting 3 and a hook from the Bears in Chicago. Fun fact, you know, Chicago is actually called the Windy City because of the windbag politicians and not the weather. Why am I telling you this? Because it's the only interesting thing about this game this Sunday. Jesus, if you're not sure how bad the Bears are going to be this year, their front office decided after 3 years it was time to replace Justin Fields by finding the next Justin Fields in Caleb Williams. They're the same guy. And they will remind us, while it's great, enjoy this grammar, Queens, while it's great to have a quarterback who runs too fast to catch, it's lousy to have a quarterback that runs too quickly to pass. And you know what I mean. Williams has happy feet. He doesn't look down the field. He's not patient, but hey, at least he'll be a great father figure to wide receivers Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, because I can't imagine Williams is going to spend very much time looking for them. Will Levis has another year of experience under his belt, and head coach Mike Vrabel ain't losing on opening day to the Bears, and certainly not by more than a field goal. You're telling me the Titans are getting 3 and that delicious hook? Give me Tennessee. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. The Jets are getting 4 and a hook from the Niners at Candlestick. at 8:15 Eastern this Monday night, the Jets will finally get to hit the play button after the Aaron Rodgers era was paused just 4 steps into last season. And not only does the Jets QB show up with a brand spanking new Achilles, running back Brees Hall shows up with a shiny new ACL. And speaking of shines, the Jets offense is only the beginning, because when it comes to their defense, players like Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, CJ Mosley, that's where the New York shines the most. The Jets shine. The Jets shines. They're really good. Do they beat the defending NFC champs? I doubt it, but they don't get beat down. Take the Jets and the 4.5 you're getting. Those are Geno's picks.